I think the conference today has been really valuable. We've got a stall here, we're a bronze sponsor, and it's helped us really elevate our visibility. One of our key sponsors and supporters through the last 2 or 3 years of technology development has been the Department for Energy Security and Net Zero. And they're here as well. We're able to engage with them and tell our story about how we've progressed our technology together.
I think it's important to be a partner because we're trying to incentivize decarbonization of industry, and so we need to show ourselves being present at conferences like this to show that we are supportive of industrial decarbonization.
The key objectives in today's discussions are to try to identify the key technical constraints that need to be overcome to enable decarbonisation of various different sectors.
There's a lot of value in conferences like this because without it you're stuck in a sort of presentation-only type mode. What this enables is more interesting, engaging correspondence, conversations, so that you can actually really have a proper dialogue and figure out what the right answers are.
Today the quality of the audience has been great. There's been some really good discussion throughout the morning. We've got Matt, our CEO, presenting on a panel discussion later today as well about how to achieve 1.5 degrees C reduction before 2050. I'm really interested to see the debate that comes from that.
The audience is very, very focused ones among this. A lot of target customers are among the audience here. It's a small group of very, very high quality conversations, I think, in a very constructive way. So this is really, really good. Yeah.
The discussion that's really stood out to me today is to hear again and again how companies are going from plans to heads of terms to finally FID decisions and actual implementation. And it shows that as a collective, we are clearly moving in the right direction from strategy through to implementation.
I think that the energy transition really needs a lot of innovation, and the only way to innovate is to really collaborate together. And well, events like this are essential to learn from governments, learn from other parties, and to really share what we are doing very openly. So I think it's crucial to be here.
One of the most important key messages, I would say, is to echo what Chris Skidmore put in his net zero review, is that we need to recognise this is definitely and fundamentally about the environment and about doing the right thing for the planet, but actually that is well correlated with doing the right thing economically. So globally we are moving to net zero. Those companies, those projects, those countries who make progress on how they are going to transition to net zero will gain an economic advantage over those that don't, and therefore it is in their economic interest as well as the interest of the planet.
I found it very interesting, the discussions on innovation, I must say, talking about TRL levels and the commercial readiness. I think that many times we underestimate the commercial readiness thing and how we can drive that through. It's not enough that we develop a technology, there has to be commercial readiness, and it has to be a readiness to buy also, which is not the same as the readiness to sell, and we need to overcome that. And we saw some great examples of that when carbon capture further development, which is very much what I experienced myself over the years with different technologies.
The fossil fuel industry is transforming very fast, and we would like to have a very important role on the decarbonization. We know better than nobody else which are the source of the CO2 emissions. So we are very well positioned in order to reduce these emissions. And also we know the knowledge, we have the people, and we have the engineering, operation and maintenance capabilities that are going to be much more required for this difficult decarbonization process. We know everything about energy, so all our knowledge can be transformed into accelerate this decarbonization pathway using new technologies.
You can't operate in a vacuum, and it's easy behind your own office walls to think you know everything and come up with new wonderful ways to work. But conferences like this are critical to share those ideas, hear other people's approaches, and just meet with people who are also passionate about the challenge and decarbonisation, and build the bonds that are going to be needed for the years to come, because this is not going to be a quick fix.